Yo, so I'm gonna do a little video. I'm gonna try and do videos and experiences and examples on emotions and psychology to try and teach people how to understand things. Now nobody's perfect. I ain't a psychiatrist, but I do have a keen interest in psychology and emotions specifically. And I think if I give some examples on them, it can help people understand situations. Because the thing with emotions is if you can understand the situation, it helps you get past the emotion. When you don't understand what's going on, all you have to rely on is the actual emotion. So today I'm going to give you an example of dealing with negative people or a negative situation, and showing you how and why people take your energy, right? So I'll try and do it in 5 minutes. So, right, for instance, you've got a situation, for instance, let's take, like, recently we've been doing this 5-kilometer run, so we'll use that as an example. So, say for instance, you come along, you're really happy, you're buzzing. Like for me, for instance, I did it in like 29 minutes. I was doing about 30 minutes, 5 kilometers, banged it in under 30, and I was well happy with it. Like, yep, sick, done it under 30. For me, that was amazing. Now, you'll deal with these people in your life, and when you understand and you can recognize it, it helps you move on from it. So, say for instance, somebody comes along and says, oh, well, you know, I know somebody done it in 22 minutes or 25 minutes. What they're doing is they're taking your energy away from you. So an emotion is essentially, that's an energy within you. And when you're happy about something, you emit that energy, and people around you pick up on that energy. That's why, like, if you smile, somebody doesn't even know you. If you see someone smiling on a train, that will make you smile. Why? Because they emit that energy. You can't see it, and that's why people don't believe in it sometimes, but you do emit that energy, right? But negative people, they feed on that energy because they don't have the energy themselves. So that's why somebody will come along and say, oh, well, someone I know done it in 25 minutes. What essentially they're doing is they're seeing that you're emitting that positive energy, right? And because they haven't got it themselves, they put you down and take that energy away from you. Because as soon as you go, oh yeah, I suppose it's not that quick, that energy just zaps from you, right? And they collect it because they've taken you down a peg, right? That's to do with their own emotions. So to understand why somebody does that, somebody's like that, if you look at movies, very good example, there'll be a bad guy in a movie. Typically, sometimes they're born that way, right? But a majority of the time, something happens to them in childhood or in their upbringing. Something happens to them and they are not strong enough to get through it. Yeah, maybe it's something terrible and not many people would get through it, but something happens to them, and the only way they deal with it is through anger, right? They never deal with it properly. They never deal with it with love. So, and sometimes that's not their fault. Sometimes they're not in a situation, nobody's there to support them. But if you look in movies, typically the bad guy, something happens to him, some sort of wrongdoing happens to him, and that breeds hate and more hate, and all of a sudden he's this madman trying to kill everybody, right? But in the same situation, the same context, they go around and they look for other people's energy, and they'll put you down to take your energy away from you because that makes them feel good about themselves. They feed off that energy. They haven't got that positive energy themselves, so they're feeding off of your positive energy. When you can recognize that situation, let me give you an example, right? So I'm talking about the 5-kilometer thing. I've come along, I'm buzzing. Yeah, I ran it in 29 minutes. Somebody else says, oh, well, I know somebody ran it in 22 minutes. If you turn around and say, well, you know what? That's great, but I still feel amazing about the fact that I ran it in 22 minutes. That's why I ran it in 29 minutes. I feel unbelievable about that. That personally, that's great for me. That feels great for me. What you'll do is you'll block them from taking that energy from you, that positive energy that you're emitting, because you continue to emit it. You don't allow them to just swipe it away from you. You put it back in their face and you say, well, you know what? This is my positive energy. I'm still emitting it. It was there before. I'm going to keep carrying it forward, and you'll shut that person up. If you go, oh yeah, that's true, and then look the other way, they have taken their energy from you. They have put you down. I'm trying to keep it short with the videos here. I hope that explains something to you. So next time you feel like someone's putting you down on something, understand that what they're doing is they're trying to take that energy away from you, right? They can't take that energy away from you. You can only give it to them, right? They can try and take it from you by putting you down about something, and if you give it to them, they will take it happily. They'll feed off that. They'll go to the next person, they'll put them down, because that makes them feel better again. But ultimately, they're never fixing their problem. All they can do is keep borrowing energy from other places. So next time someone's putting you down or making you feel a little bit of shit about something that you feel really happy about, recognize what's going on in the situation. Look at them and think, you know what? They're dealing with something that they haven't fixed in their life, and they're trying to get through it. You shouldn't hate the person for it. Probably need a helping hand, but most of the time, that ain't up to you to fix that, you know what I mean? So I would just say, recognize the situation, understand what's going on, and continue to spread your good energy. Do not give your good energy to people that are there to just take it, because there's plenty of energy zappers out there, and I know for sure you lot have definitely come across people like this in your life. Maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's some random person you've seen on a night out, you're having a great time, this knobhead comes along and tries to zap your good energy, put you in a shit mood. If you turn around and go, well, you know what, I couldn't give a fucking shit about you, I'm still all happy, I'm gonna have a banging night, you can go fuck yourself, and carry on, and you will continue to have a good night. If you put your head down and go, oh well, you know, should we go home? They've taken that energy away from you. They walk away from the situation with your energy. So the video is basically to explain about or understand about positive vibes, positive energy, and staying away from energy zappers.